Right now, the sky is falling for Jay-Z. Your favorite billionaire rapper has been dissing lawyers instead of other rappers. And things seem to just be getting worse. After being added to a case accusing him and Diddy of raping a 13-year-old girl, an alleged illegitimate son, Ramirez Satterwhite, had reopened his case in an attempt to get Hov to do a paternity test. It's just not looking good for the Carters. Because when allegations like this start to hit the mainstream, things like their relationship starting in the early 2000s when Beyonce was 19 and Jay-Z was 32, things begin to look a whole lot more fishy. And what makes this even more interesting is even Beyonce saying back in 2006 that Jay-Z taught her how to be a woman. Well,
you taught me so many things. I was 20 years old when we first started dating. You taught me how to be a woman.
That alone doesn't prove anything. BA could mean just about anything in that context. But when you stack that on top of decades-old rumors about Jay-Z allegedly pursuing relationships with teenage artists like Aaliyah and Foxy Brown, it does raise some eyebrows. Still, that's a conversation for the courts, not for us. What we're here to discuss isn't what Jay-Z might have done in the past. We're here to talk about a few of his own kids that you might not have heard of. But before we dive into that, it's important to note that Jay-Z has always laughed off these claims, dismissing them outright.
Claims whenever they come up.
He's never issued a direct statement addressing them. In fact, the closest Jay-Z has ever come to responding to rumors about having an illegitimate child is a couple of lines in one of his songs. On the track Heard About Us, released in 2018, the song closes with some light bars from Beyoncé, and then Jay drops a quick reference. Asterisk, Billie Jean in his prime for the 1000th time. The kid ain't mine.
Online they call me dad kiddingly. You're not supposed to take this dad thing literally. Famous, I'm cool on that.
Chuck the 2 fingers, every day I'm getting sued asterisk. Now, which one of his alleged illegitimate kids he's referring to in those lines is anyone's guess. But there's a good chance he's talking about Ramirez Satterwhite. Ramirez is a good place to start because he's the one making the most noise recently, having been locked in a legal battle with Jay-Z for over a decade. Ramirez and his mother, Wanda H., are from North Philadelphia. According to Wanda, she and Jay-Z hooked up in the early 90s, before he was famous. Ramirez himself has claimed that his mother met Hov through a mutual friend at a party, and one thing led to another, resulting in his birth.
Sports and stuff,
yeah, she told them, but she basically told me is this, I guess she was out with her friend and went to, I don't know if it was a party or a club, or they met up and, they met up and did whatever they did, but
So it was a one-night stand?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's just, but her affidavits, I guess it was more than a one-night stand because she had his number and they continued to talk and all that, but I just can't put all that because I wasn't there. I'm not my mom. Only thing I can say is believe that this is what God wants for me. He lead me down this path. Like, I believe my mom wouldn't want me to stop fighting, and we done went through all this shit, and she done passed away, and out of nowhere.
How did she pass?
They say heart attack, and
damn.
I mean, but it's just
it happened really sudden.
Yeah, just like and she had multiple, so it was like
back to back.
Yeah.
Even though the man who raised him turned out not to be his biological father, Ramirez still had strong male influences in his life. His uncles and other family members stepped up, providing him with guidance and support throughout his childhood. But as he got older, the question of his true paternity became harder to ignore. His mother, Wanda, was convinced that Jay-Z was his father and wanted him to take a DNA test to prove it. However, getting Jay-Z to comply has been a battle that has stretched on for years. Ramirez and his legal team have been fighting in court for over a decade, claiming that Jay-Z has used his power and influence to avoid taking a paternity test. They argue that key legal documents have been mishandled or blocked, making it nearly impossible for them to get a fair hearing. Despite all the roadblocks, Ramirez remains determined. He insists that his fight isn't about money or fame, it's about the truth. In his words, he just wants to know where he comes from.
Now, how old was Jay-Z at the time?
I think like 22.
And they can say, back then, it's kind of like how I guess things went,
Yeah.
but 15 and 22. Damn.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Considering the kind of disgusting charges that he's facing at the moment, the fact that he supposedly had slept with an underage girl when he was already an adult, it's not good for the optics, my bro. So yeah, Hov has a good motivation to keep Ramir Satterwhite in the shadows. And again, it's important for us to stress that we don't know if any of this is true. It is a pretty common thing for women to ring up top rappers, telling them, hey, I'm carrying your baby. You know, it's kind of a whole industry of its own. But Ramir has said on multiple occasions, at this point, he don't want no money, he don't want no clout, he don't want no fame. He just wants to know the truth, especially being that he is a father with children of his own.
And you're grown now, so it's not like you're trying to collect any money.
That's why I said this for years. Like, you know, I'm good. Like, you know, of course, anybody would want more money. Who wouldn't take money? But I'm good where I'm at in life. I got a great job. I'm driving Mercedes-Benz. I'm taking care of myself, taking care of my kids. So it's like...
Statement that he gave to the Daily Mail, he said... Look, whether you believe Ramir or not, you have to admit that this problem can easily go away if you only take the paternity test. Who knows? Maybe Hov is scared that if he gives one to Ramir Satterwhite, he has to give one to Letitia Macer too. Tisha is the now 33-year-old woman from Cambridge, Maryland, who claims that the Jigger Man is her father too.
My name is Letitia Macer from Cambridge, Maryland. My mom, her name is Lisa Macer. She has multiple sclerosis. I've been hearing that Jay-Z was my father all my life. There's no way that he can deny anything.
Actually, before Jay-Z made his name in the industry, he had a fling with her mother, Lisa, who he got set up with by her sister, Terry.
No way that he can deny anything. I was going to leave it alone. They brought me one of those ancestry tests. Finally, I get some type of answers. He knows that
To Terry, Jay even knew about the baby by the time he left.
Somebody asked the question, did Jay-Z know Lisa was pregnant when he left? Yeah. Yeah. Yes, he did. If he didn't know, why the f he called and asked the baby? He called that gal and asked her. He called her and asked her. So yes, he knew.
Claims she's not the only one who knows either. Whole childhood buddies Emery Jones and DeHaven both knew too. And according to DeHaven himself, even though he knew, he did not want to use that information against Jay-Z, even though they were going through their issues.
Reimer and his legal team initially filed a case requesting that Jay-Z take a paternity test, hoping to finally get confirmation. However, the case was dismissed on a technicality. It was filed in the wrong state. Despite this setback, Reimer refused to back down. Even after his mother passed away, he continued to pursue the case in court, determined to get answers. Over the years, he has claimed that Jay-Z and his legal team have used their influence to block his attempts at securing a DNA test, making it nearly impossible for him to get a fair shot at proving his claim. For Reimer, the fight isn't about money or fame. He has repeatedly stated that he just wants the truth and for Jay-Z to take responsibility if the test proves they are related.
Yeah, I knew. But was it my place? Even in my maddest, like you seen the YouTube, right? Y'all seen the YouTube? You seen the anger? I told you where I was in my heart at that time. I was hating the shit out of Jay, but at that time, still, I wasn't going to say nothing about that. I wasn't going to say nothing about that. You know what I'm saying? Because that ain't my place. That wasn't my place to say nothing about that. Because when you're doing something with children, like when it's on that aspect...
Much untouchable when it comes to this case, and Reimer believes the legal system is enabling that. As it stands, Reimer's main battle isn't just with Jay-Z, it's with the courts and several individuals within the legal system. He has accused them of negligence, fraud, and violating his rights, claiming they have deliberately obstructed due process. In his view, the courts are protecting Jay-Z because of his wealth and influence. In an interview with the U.S. Sun, Reimer voiced his frustration, saying, "You guys have dragged this out for years and years.
You haven't been giving us fair process. What was the reason? Can you guys explain?
You caused us harm. You caused us distress." Despite the ongoing legal hurdles, Reimer remains committed to his fight, insisting that all he wants is the truth.
Jay-Z has remained silent on the matter, speaking exclusively through his lawyers.
He refuses to dignify Reimer's claims with a response, completely ignoring the allegations. At the end of the day, Jay-Z is a brand. He knows that even acknowledging these accusations, let alone engaging with them, could do serious damage to his reputation. But that raises the question, if he's so sure he isn't the father, why not just take the paternity test and put the whole thing to rest?
Reimer has a theory about that.
He believes Jay-Z is avoiding the test not just to dodge paternity but because taking it could open the door to a bigger legal issue, another potential rape charge. According to Reimer and his late mother Wanda, Jay-Z allegedly slept with her when he was around 22 and she was only 15. If true, that would mean their encounter wasn't just an affair, it could be considered statutory rape.
That might explain why Jay-Z wants to keep this entire situation buried.
The daughter he got. I'm not hiding my daughter for nobody. The whole reason to get money is for your kids. You mean, you got a daughter, like, she's supposed to have an opportunity to live in your house if she wants to. She's supposed to be a princess. She's supposed to be able to go wherever you go. Fuck your image, all that shit don't matter. I mean, so I'm looking like, man, it's too, like, I mean, he do shit I don't understand. Maybe it's above my thinking. I mean, but I just don't get it. So, like.
Interestingly, Reimer isn't the only one making claims about Jay-Z's alleged children. Philadelphia rapper Orsino, who was once signed to Jay-Z's Rockefeller Records, has also backed these claims. Orsino has publicly stated that Jay-Z has a daughter and has criticized him for not acknowledging her. He called out Jay-Z, saying that's no way to treat his own blood and that she should be living the same kind of life he does. Even though Jay-Z has never addressed these allegations directly, the fact that people from his own former circle are speaking out adds another layer to the controversy.
I think it's this. Her mom's sick in a wheelchair. You know what I mean? Like, my thing is, if it's a possibility to my kid and I've got $1 billion, even if I got 20 million, come on, let's go take this, find out. I mean, and you're rich now if you are. This is simple. Like, if I got a wife that don't understand that, she can roll. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, something I don't understand.
Orsino also claims to have seen Jay-Z's alleged daughter, Tisha, not too long ago. He pointed out that Jay-Z could do a lot to help her, especially considering the challenges she's facing. According to Orsino, Tisha's mother has multiple sclerosis and is in a wheelchair, which adds an even greater burden on the family. He argues that Jay-Z's wealth and influence could make a real difference in their lives, and by stepping up, he could offer both financial support and emotional guidance to his daughter, who could surely benefit from that help.
You be in love with someone, you can love someone and if you haven't experienced love and you don't understand it and you don't have the tools to move forward, then you're gonna have complications, period. And if you can either address it or you can pretend until it blows up at some point. And, you know, for us, we chose to fight for our love, for our family, to give our kids a different outcome. You see, you know, to break that cycle. For black men and women, you know, to see a different outcome. Like you were saying, it's not this celebrity couple. We were never a celebrity couple. We were a couple who just happened to be celebrities.
But Reimer and Letitia aren't the only potential children that Jay-Z may be keeping out of the spotlight. Back in 2011, rumors surfaced that Jay-Z, who was 41 at the time, had fathered a 9-year-old boy with Trinidadian model Chanel Scott. The official story initially identified the boy as the son of a man named Malik Saad. However, a DNA test revealed that Malik wasn't the father. Malik's own father, Gerald Andrews, spoke to the media at the time, stating, "When my son Malik thought he was the child's father, but they did a DNA test, and it was determined that the child is not his." This raised more questions about the true paternity of the child, with speculation that Jay-Z could be the father, although the situation remains unresolved in the public eye. Jay-Z's potential involvement with the child became a point of controversy when rumors began circulating about the boy's paternity. Malik Saad, who had believed the child was his, reportedly threw Chanel a baby shower and bought supplies for the baby's arrival. However, after the baby was born, friends and family suggested Malik get a DNA test, pointing out that Chanel had been involved with multiple men, including the mega rap star Jay-Z. The rumor quickly spread that Jay-Z might be the father, given the circumstances. However, Jay-Z didn't allow the speculation to linger in the media for too long. At the time, Beyoncé was pregnant with Blue Ivy, and the couple was keen to avoid any negative press. They didn't want anything to overshadow the positive moment in their lives, especially with the ongoing rumors about Jay-Z's other alleged affairs, including stories about Kathy White, another woman said to have been involved with him. In response to the rumors, a representative for Jay-Z issued a statement to allhiphop.com, firmly denying any truth to the allegations and putting the matter to rest, at least publicly. The statement from Jay-Z's representative calling the rumors ridiculous and accusing people of exploiting a child for publicity and ratings seemed to put an end to much of the speculation. It was a strong condemnation of the situation, with Jay-Z suggesting that people should be ashamed for even discussing such matters publicly. This backlash even caused Gerald Andrews, the source of the initial story, to backtrack on his previous statements. He told the Daily News, "I know Chanel, but I've never spoken to her or my son about this. They are very private people. The stuff about the DNA test was on the internet. It's all from an old article on the internet. I don't know if it's true." Given the money and power that Jay-Z held, many conspiracy theorists and critics suggested that he either bought, bullied, or influenced people to suppress the truth and prevent further stories from getting out. This led to even more speculation about how far Jay-Z would go to protect his image, especially when it came to matters involving his personal life and potential children. The idea that Jay-Z may have intimidated the story out of existence is a sentiment shared by many who believe his wealth and influence helped suppress certain rumors and reports. People often point to how strange it is that so many Grammy winners seem to be closely tied to Beyoncé, another aspect that's made some conspiracy theorists question the extent of Jay-Z's influence. Whether there's truth to that is anyone's guess, but it's certainly a point of discussion for those who scrutinize the industry and its inner workings. As for Jay-Z's personal life, it's clear that he's had a history of rumors surrounding his relationships. Apart from the 3 potential baby mamas already discussed, he's been linked to a number of other women throughout his career, including Foxy Brown, Aaliyah, Rihanna, Rachel Roy, Rita Ora, Kathy White, and others. The truth about these relationships remains unclear. Some may have been purely rumors or misunderstandings, but the pattern of his alleged infidelities has been consistent throughout his career. One thing we do know for sure, however, is that Jay-Z himself admitted to cheating on Beyoncé at one point. In his album 444, he openly discussed his infidelity, taking responsibility for his actions and acknowledging the hurt it caused. While this doesn't confirm the specific details of any other rumored affairs, it's a rare admission from a man who's typically kept his private life under wraps.